There comes a point in every entrepreneur's journey when the fire starts to dim. You still care, you still believe, but something's missing, that spark that once pulled you out of bed at 4 a.m., ready to conquer the world. Now you wake up and feel heavy. Not lazy, not hopeless, just tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. And that's the hidden truth about building anything that lasts. Motivation disappears. Discipline doesn't. Most people start their businesses powered by emotion. Excitement, vision, possibility. But emotion burns fast. It's like kindling. It ignites quickly, but it doesn't last long enough to keep you warm through the night. Consistency is what turns that spark into a steady flame. The ones who build empires don't rely on motivation. They rely on rhythm. Because consistency isn't emotional, it's architectural. It's what carries you when enthusiasm no longer can. Motivation is the high. Consistency is the heartbeat. If you've been feeling like you've lost your drive, there's nothing wrong with you. You're simply learning the deeper rhythm of creation, the transition from emotional energy to structured energy, from passion to process. It's a rite of passage every successful entrepreneur goes through. The day they realize that feelings are unreliable, project managers. So let's redefine the entire concept of consistency. It's not repetition, it's rhythm. Repetition without rhythm is robotic. It leads to burnout. Rhythm without repetition is chaos. It leads to drift. True consistency lives in the space between the two. Purposeful repetition, aligned with your energy, anchored in your values. That's what separates the fleetingly motivated from the quietly unstoppable. Motivation is borrowed. Consistency is built. Motivation depends on circumstance. Consistency depends on identity. When you act from who you are, not from what you feel, you never run out of fuel. That's the shift, from mood-based action to identity-based action. Stop saying, I need motivation to work out, to sell, to write, to lead. Start saying, I'm the kind of person who follows through even when I don't feel like it. You don't wait for inspiration. You generate motion, and the motion itself reignites momentum. Here's a quiet truth. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer interruptions between intention and action. Because motivation doesn't disappear each instant, and it just gets drowned out by noise. Every notification, every piece of comparison, every new idea is a spark that steals your focus. And focus is the foundation of consistency. The most consistent entrepreneurs have one superpower. They stay with things long enough to outlast boredom. They know boredom is not the enemy. It's the doorway to mastery. Every great artist, athlete, and founder says the same thing. Once the excitement fades, the real work begins. That's the phase where systems take over, where process protects purpose. Consistency feels hard because you're asking your future self to keep promises your present self made under ideal conditions. That's why you need structure, not just willpower. Structure doesn't depend on mood. Create systems so simple they work even on your worst day. A checklist, a time block, a 30-minute non-negotiable habit. The point isn't to do more, it's to make doing easier. The brain loves clarity and resists complexity. When things are clear, action feels natural. When things are cluttered, even small steps feel heavy. Simplify until progress feels automatic. That's the secret of every consistent performer. They reduce friction. Think of consistency like breathing. You don't have to think about it when it's built into your body. You only struggle when you're trying to force it. The goal isn't to fight for consistency, it's to become consistency. When it's part of your rhythm, you don't lose it. One of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make is this. Stop expecting to feel motivated. Instead, start expecting resistance and prepare for it. You're not weak for losing motivation. You're human. But if you prepare for that dip instead of fighting it, you'll glide through it instead of crashing in it. Create low-energy versions of your habits. On great days, you might create for 3 hours. On rough days, you might just review notes for 10 minutes. Either way, you showed up. The action matters more than the scale, because showing up reinforces identity, and identity is what sustains consistency. When you act in alignment with your values, even tiny actions keep you anchored. Ask yourself, what's the smallest thing I can do today that keeps me aligned with who I want to be? Then do just that. Nothing more, nothing less. The ego wants transformation. The soul wants repetition. Because repetition grounds you. It's how you prove to yourself that your future isn't being built by moods, but by mastery. Another truth: consistency isn't built in excitement, it's built in recovery. The ability to pause, recalibrate, and return. You don't lose momentum when you rest, you lose it when you don't return. Calm is not laziness, it's maintenance. It's where clarity regenerates. You'll never hear an oak tree shout at itself to grow faster. It just keeps growing, slowly, silently, daily. That's the pattern you're meant to mirror. Every day doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be repeated. Consistency isn't about winning every round. It's about staying in the game. The best founders and creators understand this. Your habits shape your seasons. If you want wealth that endures, build habits that survive emotional weather. When you no longer depend on hype to move, you become unstoppable. So, here's a structure to hold yourself steady. Each morning, reconnect with your why. Not the one that looks good on paper, the one that feels true in your chest. Then commit to 3 meaningful actions. Not 20. Make them achievable enough to repeat, challenging enough to matter. At night, reflect on what worked and forgive what didn't. That's it. That's the loop that builds empires. Awareness, alignment, action, reflection, repeat. When you live this way, consistency isn't something you do. It's something you are. Motivation might vanish tomorrow. Trends will shift, results will fluctuate, but when rhythm becomes your foundation, you don't depend on external winds to sail. You carry your own breeze. And that's where peace meets performance. Because consistency isn't glamorous, it's grounding. It's what allows you to grow without gripping. It's the quiet discipline that turns movement into momentum. So stop waiting for energy, start building rhythm. Because the truth is, motivation doesn't make you consistent. Consistency makes you motivated. And once you've experienced that, you'll never chase inspiration again. You'll create it. That's how you build wealth that lasts. One steady, unshakable, peaceful day at a time.